Ren, we're going to take a look at your video from camp. I'm going to let it run through a couple times. The first time will be a normal speed, and the second time we'll slow-mo it. And then I'm going to come back and start breaking it down, analyzing, and make some comments and some suggestions to help you improve. So we'll roll the tape here.
RYN RIVENBARK, class of 2027.
Okay, Ren, right here at the very beginning, we always try to ask you guys to give your name, year, graduation, once you hustle into the ball game. Always make a practice of hustling and do a good job here. Always, when you're coming from the sideline, jog into the game. Get yourself to your holder to determine your point of placement. Now, as you're jogging in to the game, I'm not able to tell if you're doing this or not, but always kind of glance up there and check at your target. Look at your target. You got to know where you're kicking the ball before you get yourself aligned. So check it out. Take a glance at it. Then as you hustle on up to the holder, you want to face that spot. Go ahead and glance at it again. Get yourself set. He's got his finger down on the ground. It's always good right here. I'm just kind of glancing here, but it looks like he's got his finger, and you got your foot clear back here. Go ahead and put your foot up there. Kind of toe the mark right there. Take the toe of your kicking foot, kind of toe right where he's got his fingers. There's a block there, or if you're kicking off the ground, looks like he's got a block, so you're going to put your toe right almost to the edge of that block right there. And you want that, your kicking leg, since you're right-footed, you want to be straight, right, aiming right at that. So you're going to be right there with your toe right on the mark, right in the center of your toe right there. You're lined up. So everything's lined up off that right leg. Then your left leg, just wherever you get that right foot, just go ahead and get your left leg and your foot snugged up right next to it, okay? Just kind of have your feet together. Just real simply, just keep your feet together with your right foot lined exactly right where that point of placement is. Okay, so make sure you do that. And then you're going to start back with the kicking foot first, like you're doing. That's one. So you start back with the right foot. That's what you're doing, your kicking foot. 1, 2, 3. Now, the whole point of this, again, this is early in the camp, and you learned a lot at the camp. We also had the video analysis at the camp. But what you're trying to do is, here's your target. There's the point of placement. And you want to be lined up where all three things are lined up together, so you can see how far off you are right here. You're clear over here. You need to have this foot right here lined up right at this mark. Okay, so make sure, so your right leg right here, you need to have it. There's 3 points. You got to get them all lined up together. So make sure all 3 line up. So your leg needs to come clear over to here. It needs to be lined up right there. All right, so you've drifted to the left. And now, so once you're lined up there, and the whole goal, Ren, is to get yourself, we want to get you here and get you in this same spot over here, whatever that is, every time. And you're always trying on that lateral step, you're looking for this. This is not a 90-degree angle. That's not a 90-degree angle. This is a 90-degree angle right here. So you got to make sure you keep that 90-degree angle right there. So that's what we're trying to get on these lateral steps. So you've taken a step there. And also, Ren, you've come, you're getting up there. You're just in a hurry. Get up there, get yourself set, get both feet together. Your kicking leg lined up directly behind where the ball's going to be. And you're going to start stepping back, so you should be stepping right down this line right here. You can see you're stepping into the left. You go into the step into the left. So get everything lined up. You get right to here. You're going to stop. And then make sure this leg and everything's lined up through those points. And then you're going to take your lateral steps. Okay? So here we're on lateral steps now. So there's your first one. That's a real long one. See, that's a real wide lateral step, but I think that's all you take. So you're only taking one lateral step. So you're just trying to figure this out. You haven't done much kicking. And again, this is at the beginning. You learned a lot at the camp. We went over the video analysis, so I'm confident you've already progressed considerably from what we're seeing here on the video. But this is good info for you to help you kind of review and make sure you're back on track or stay on track. Okay, so you're right here. So we want to take the lateral steps generally once you get here and you're lined up with the ball, point of placement, and the target, you're going to take 2 lateral steps. And they've got to keep that 9-degree angle right here, okay? So you're only taking 1. So, and it's a big one. And so really you should be probably somewhere over in here if you just took two normal lateral steps. Okay? So right now we got to work on that 2 lateral steps. Your position looks, you know, I kind of like where you've got your feet. Now you're moving it on me here. So you've gone from here, now you're moving it there. So we've got to get that worked out. Go ahead and have this leg up here a little bit more with that toe out. It's fine. So that instead of back like this, have it about here, and then your toe could kind of be out just a little bit right there. You're kind of up on your toes, and again, you're trying to figure this out. This foot is aiming like right here. It needs to aim right towards where it's going to be planting. So you can see where your foot's not aiming. Once you get that foot aiming there, then your shoulders and everything's going to be in that same vicinity. And I should see right now, your shoulders, I don't see much of your back. But once you aim that foot there, I'll see a little bit more of your back. You can actually see where your head's kind of turned to the left a little more than your body, and your head ought to be lined up just straight ahead with your body. So you can see your head's probably correct, but your body's kind of opened up a little bit because you got that left foot aiming to the right a little bit. Okay, you want this leg, you don't want any bend in this leg right here. Your back leg's kind of like a stabilizer. It's almost like straight all the way from back of your neck all the way down to the ground. And I get this foot, like I said, I get this foot here, bring it over here a little bit, and then get it, let the foot angle out, and just have more of the heel towards the ground. And then as the body, as you lean, let's watch what you do here. See how you straighten out right there? That's pretty good. Actually, you finish up pretty good right there. But I want you to be like this here. You'll be like that same way, and then you're just going to lean to that position. So you're kind of, where the back of your neck is, all the way down. Your leg is just kind of like this back leg is like a stabilizer. As this leg right here, you take a jab step. I don't know that you're taking a jab step. Let's see what you do. Yeah, you have like a little, see, it's almost like a little tiny drop step. Okay, so you could either do, I think you're going to want to do a jab step, and when you do, it's just going to be right here. It's just going to be just a little tiny step forward. That left jab, and you're going to be right here, and you'll lean and take the jab. Lean, take the jab. You'll go right to the jab, and then pretty good position here. I just don't think you're kind of, instead of, you should be kind of over here a little more, over here. You're kind of narrow. You're coming more kind of in between a straight on and a soccer approach. And right here, you make the plant. Your plant looks pretty good, actually. Go right there. Your arm position's good. Got a pretty good drawback right here with your leg. So you're doing some good things. It's just you're going more straight ahead. You're trying to kick straight ahead, and then you're kind of jumping right here. See, you're jumping like a punt. And really, you don't jump. You don't jump at all on a punt. You're kicking through, and then right when your leg gets to here, it lifts you off the ground. And that's what it's kind of doing there. See, it's kind of lifting you, and you're landing on your kicking leg. Now, you do something similar on a kickoff, kicking soccer style. But see, you're kind of, all your power's going, you're focusing all down the field, and you're not really skipping properly. You've just got a lot of momentum going downfield. You actually hit the ball pretty good here. You make contact, get it straight. But right here, see how your plant's back kind of far. You're kicking off the ground. See, your plant's too far back. And you got the left arm out there, which is right. Got a good drawback, but right here, your plant's too far back. And you're trying to hit this kind of almost like a punt, what you're doing here. And it's going to be more on that, instead of right on the top, you're going to hit on that top bone, kind of like it, but you're going to hit more on on the laces. If you look down at your shoe, you got laces on the right, lace on the eyelets on the right, and eyelets on the left. It's kind of on that left row of eyelets is about where you're trying to make contact with the ball. And also you want your foot, you got your foot kind of down like this. It needs to be more like out. It's just like if this is the heel here, you want the toe slightly below the heel. And right here, you got your foot kind of rolled forward, and you're hitting on that top part, and you make contact, but you're just too far back here. Generally, like how far should you be if you're kicking it off a 2-inch block, which that's what it looks like you're doing, then generally the center of your foot, which is right in front of the ankle, the place right in front of your ankle on the left, on your left leg, your left foot, right in front of your left ankle is about the center of your foot. That center, that point needs to be lined up about with the center mass of the football. And see, right now it looks like to me your toe is maybe lined up slightly behind the ball, so you're too way far back from the ball. The distance from the ball is not too bad. It's usually whatever your foot size is from the center of the football to your foot. So that's about it. That's just a relative positioning there, but generally it's depending on your foot size. It's up to you on that, but you look like you're pretty good on the distance there. You might be a little tighter, but I think you definitely, your foot in relation to the ball, you're too far back right here. You're back here, and you need to have that heel more up towards. You're going to have maybe your heels almost, your toes going to be on the line. Like if you see where the line is, the ball is right there on the line. So your middle of your foot needs to be right on that line, and it would match up better. You're just too far back here. You need to be up here a little further. Okay, so work on that. Again, I'm confident you've already done that. Body position here. Watch how your right foot and your left arm counterbalance. But see, you're getting this right arm too much involved, and you're not torquing. You're not taking advantage of the torque. You're just kind of like trying to kick straight ahead right here. Your foot's kind of coming up here a little ways. It's coming up this way, and it needs to come up more toward that left shoulder. And if you notice, you're not skipping, you're just kind of lifting off the ground like a punt. And then you're landing on your kicking leg. Now that happens more likely on a kickoff. Okay, so really we got to work on that, RYN. It's just small adjustments. And again, I'm confident you've already gotten better, but there are some good things that you're doing. Again, we just got to focus on this alignment. 1, 2, 3. Then you got your 2 lateral steps you got to improve on. Get your foot aligned here. Your left foot, align it from here to get it aligned there. And we got to be out here a little wider. And then you're going to have a little more torque when you come through that football. That leg's going to come up toward that left shoulder. But for not kicking much, you did pretty good, buddy. You still made the kick. It's just a lot of things we need to improve on. I'm confident you've already done that. Keep working at it. I've got another little video segment. I'm going to do some comparison and show you. Okay, RYN, here's a comparison with a college kicker who's very outstanding, set a lot of records. I want to show you just some things we talked about on an earlier video. These are things that will really help you here. So pay close attention here. So right here where you get lined up here, so you just kind of walk up there. You just kind of, it's almost like you just kind of go through the motions here. You're not really lining up. You're just walking up there, and then you're starting back. Watch how he does this. Look how he comes in here. Watch him right here. He's lined up. The guy's got his feet. He's got himself positioned where there's the point of placement. There's the target. He's already faced it. He knows he's got to step directly back from that. So watch him right here now. Watch how he does this. Okay, here he goes. There's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. Let's do it again here. 1, 2, 3. He takes a 4th step. And when he does that 4th step, all he's doing is he's checking this to make sure the point of placement, which is in front of his hip there, all things are in line. Everything's lined up. His kicking foot, point of placement, and the target. Okay, and here's what you right here. See how you drifted off? And you didn't even stop to check. You need to stop right here and check. Make sure right at this point you should be lined up right in here. That way you got all three things are lined up right there. Okay? You're not lined up there. So again, watch him right here. Now watch what he does here. He checks his alignment. Then he puts his foot back in front again. And then he starts his lateral thing, lateral steps. So you go right to here, and then you go right to your lateral steps. So you got to check it. He's checking it right now. He's making sure he's lined up. You can even see the holder's hand up there. You can see that he's lined his foot right up on it. He's got all the things all lined up. Now watch his lateral step. That's his lateral step. Watch how good and concise that is. So you got your foot kind of moved right there. Your left foot is kind of aiming in there, and it's pretty wide steps. Look how wide your step is. You don't need to be that wide. Maybe instead of right here, just maybe right about to there. Okay, and then you're going to take two of them because I know you're only taking one right here. Watch him. Again, watch him right here. He's there checking it. Let's start again here. 1, 2, 3. His fourth step just aligns him. He's checking to make sure his right foot, point of placement, target all in line. And then he brings his foot back up. So he's really only taking 3 steps back. That was just an alignment step, that fourth step. So he's 3 steps back. And then he goes lateral, 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 keeping his feet straight ahead. And then you've taken yours. You've gone lateral. And then you're taking a little tiny step. So you're not wide enough, okay? So once he goes lateral, then he brings his foot back. Watch what he does, his left foot. Watch what he does with the left foot. He's aiming his left foot straight ahead like he's bending. Now he's going to aim it towards where the point of placement is. Watch this. Watch him do it. See, now he's aligned his foot. When he aligns his foot to where that point of placement is, then this foot's going to be aligned coming to the ball. Now he's created that effect where his body's aiming the same way. And see, I can see his shoulder blades right there. I can see him right there in his back. He's got everything lined up. You're kind of cockeyed a little bit. You got your foot over here aiming there, and it needs to be aiming there. If you get your foot there, it'll get your shoulders more square. See, it looks like your head's turned, but your shoulders aren't. Okay, so that's another alignment. This is really good video for you. It's going to really help you. Now watch him right here. He gets his feet set. Now look how he's got his feet set. See how your feet are. So you're right there and you're ready to roll. See, look at his feet. Get this foot, get that foot again. Get that foot toward the point of placement. Bring this foot up a little bit, and then just kind of have it once you get it up, come up, then just kind of have it like he's got it right there. See how he's got his right foot slightly out, and this foot's going right toward here, and then he's just going to step right toward the ball. That's his rails. Plant foot to the ball. Okay, so they work on that. Then watch how he does his jab step. Watch how his body, see how nice and flat? So you've got a little bend right here now. That's because you're up on your toe there. So get your foot like he has it here. Get your foot and get that leg straight. And so when you take that lean, watch how he leans. Watch how he leans to the jab. Jab, there's his jab. Everything's nice and straight. That's what you end up getting there, but your heel's still kind of coming up. And see, your feet are a little bit closer together here because he's taking the jab step and you haven't. The jab step basically just allows you to transition your momentum, and it positions your body in the proper body lean as you're making the approach to the football. So watch what he does. Watch him lean to the jab. See how he leans it? The holder's hand comes up. The moment that holder's hand comes up to catch the ball, he leans to the jab, and look at his body position. It just stays in the same place. he just leans to the jab, and it puts him in a proper body lean for his approach. It's what you right here. Lean to the jab, and it puts you right there. You're fairly close too. There's your drive step. There's his drive step. There's his plant. And again, you're kind of reaching. You're too far back right here. Watch his plant. See, he's kicking off the ground, but look where his foot is. You're kicking off a 2-inch, and you're just way too far back. Your width from the ball is pretty good. I think your width of the ball is pretty close. And then watch his arm position, and watch as he makes contact right here. See how his foot's kind of, his toes kind of angled down, slightly below the heel. So look how he's got his foot turned out, and you've got yours kind of rolled over where you're almost kind of hitting it, almost like trying to hit like a punt. Okay, you can kind of see that. Your plant foot looks pretty straight. That left arm ought to come across. Watch how it comes across. Watch how he makes contact. Watch how he hits the ball. Comes up toward his waist, and it continues on up toward his left shoulder. His skip's just going to follow that same direction. Watch his skip go in that same direction. See it? The way the leg's swinging, the momentum and the swing of the leg, the skip follows that same direction. It's just goes parallel to it. Watch his upper body. Watch his trunk of his body below his neck turn. Watch it rotate. Left arm comes across. That left arm's a counterbalance. He skips. He's in control of his body. So you're going straight ahead, and you're going up in the air. You're jumping, like lifting off like a punter, and you're not letting. You're kind of jumping instead of let the momentum of your leg swing. Watch his leg swing right here. It's just swinging there. Once it gets to the hips, his foot gets to the hip. It's just that's when the hips go through, and he lets the upper body see the body torque. He's just let it go, and that skip step allows him to do that and maintain control of his body and decelerate the power. Yours just kind of, you're going straight ahead. So we got to get that foot turned out. You can again watch the foot. You see the difference there. Plant foot's got to be up a little bit further up there, okay? Your plant foot's just too far back. Just scoot it up just a little bit. And then we got to work on this and keep your right arm out of it. Your right arm's just kind of lagging. See how his right arm just lags back? See how it just hangs there? He lets his left arm, his head maintains the same speed. And also, look at this. As he kicks to the ball, it's almost like there's a ceiling here. And he doesn't go above the ceiling. See it? He stays under the ceiling there. Here's your ceiling. And you're jumping up. You're hitting your head on the ceiling. Okay? Again, RYN, you haven't done this much. And I'm confident you've already improved dramatically since the camp, plus with the video analysis. But keep looking at this, reviewing this video. Keep reviewing it and take advantage of it. This is a very talented college kicker that I have right next to you here, comparing you. And so I'm setting the bar high, but it's really good for you. It helps give you a good visual and helps you learn quicker. So take advantage of this and keep striving to improve and keep working on that punting as well. Great job, buddy.